A celebrity skincare routine that I might actually buy and try and potentially enjoy. Maybe 2022 really is going to be better. Hailey Rhode Bieber is a model, an aristocrat, an ex-ballerina dancer, married to Justin Bieber, and she has a pretty amazing YouTube channel that I didn't find until I reacted to her old skincare routine. She is a celebrity, and she sounds like she's coming out with a skincare line. She did a question and answer on her YouTube channel in which one of her fans asked about Rhode Beauty, saying, "When is Rhode Beauty going to come out?" And she responded, early 2022. She specifically prefaced it with, "I'm not going to be shady." It kind of looked like the question took her off guard, and as a viewer, I respect that. And I have to admit, her routine was such a celebrity breath of fresh, perfumed potpourri air. Like, she wears a sunscreen, she understands what niacinamide is, she likes her peptides, and she uses a moisturizer as an eye cream in her day routine. When I tell you I was blown away, I was blown away. And instantly, I subscribed to her YouTube channel and started watching all of her content. This is a celebrity who actually seems like she knows what she likes in her skincare routine and what's going on with her skincare. She appears to be a skintellectual. And it wasn't until the internet got kind of sneaky and realized she's got a patent going around for her middle name, which is apparently Rhode, and they started deducting, is she creating a beauty line? If we look at the USPTO, there is indeed a patent for Hailey Rhode Beauty. The trademark is active, it was renewed, and it specifically covers the classes such as raw or partially prepared materials, abrasive and polishing materials. Are we talking about scrubs or scrubby brushes? I do wonder. Chemicals and chemical compositions, merchandise not otherwise classified, cosmetic and toilet preparations. Yes, if you didn't know, the US Patent and Trade Office literally has a 051 code for cosmetics and toilet preparations, and detergents and soaps. This was also filed internationally, but naturally, when people saw this online, they started to get suspicious. A couple magazines covered this, and yes, her name is Hailey Rhode Bieber. A fun fact of the day, the little microphone that I used to speak to you on is also called a Rhode. How about that, Rhode? Now, when Hailey admitted this in her question and answer video, she didn't say much more other than she had worked on it for quite a long time. And I, being a skincare obsessed connoisseur, and someone who genuinely has asked to be a keratinocyte desquamating off of her face in her bathroom. If I could be a keratinocyte on her face, I would have a good life. I'm just saying. I am very curious about what's to come, and you know what? Based on my first impressions, my first predictions, I actually have hope for this one. Let's break down a little bit of why. Do you know how difficult it is to create a skincare line? Very. But what can usually help? Money. And what does Hailey Bieber have? Money. Now, Hailey Bieber also has something else. She has a very honest and transparent personality, and she also knows some experts. Specifically, she's spoken to a few on her YouTube channel. She had a conversation with a psychiatrist about the dangers of social media and the pressures that people face. And I thought that her speaking so openly about that was something that we don't see from celebrities or even regular people, because it takes a lot to do. Now, when we think back to her routine, specifically her day routine and her night routine, she actually uses some amazing products. And the way that I think about beauty is there's enough skincare products on the market, but if you really want to create one to express your own creativity or to do something that you think is revolutionary, you're going to have to make something that you think is better than anything else on the market if you want to sell it ethically, right? So my hope is that she is actually working with experts and professionals and chemists and dermatologists to create something that actually works better than some of her favorite products, which yes, include the Wander Beauty eye masks that I actually love as well as the Elta MD sunscreen, which yes, she uses a sunscreen and speaks about the importance of it. She also spoke in her night routine about how if she doesn't go to bed looking like a glazed donut, then she isn't doing something right. So she loves this hydration. And when looking at the products that she's used previously, including a moisturizer as an eye cream during the day, although she did use a different eye cream at night, she spoke about why she likes those products and why they fit into her routine. And isn't that the goal of skincare? To feel good about yourself, to do something that makes you look the way you want, but that also makes you feel the way you want, because no one can tell what brand of moisturizer you're wearing. So my prediction from this line so far is that it is going to contain a full set of products. She obviously uses a lot of products in her routine, and I could see her trying to create a full set. Now, what's going to be in it? She says that she loves niacinamide, she loves hyaluronic acid and peptides, and she pronounced them all correctly. She is a skintellectual, and I have a feeling we are going to see some of those ingredients inside of this skincare line. Specifically the hyaluronic acid. She's spoken pretty often about having dry skin, or skin that can be a bit more on the dry side. She also speaks about loving looking like a glazed donut and having that dewy, fresh appearance. So I don't think it's a stretch to envision a nice hydrating cleanser or hydrating serums, moisturizers, or skincare oils. Now, I also wonder if there is going to be niacinamide in here. The way she's spoken about it, the way she seems to like it, and even some of the products that she's used that have niacinamide in it, it would be really wonderful to see an elegant preparation of niacinamide. You know how niacinamide can kind of gum up on the skin? In formulas that have a really high amount or too high of a preparation, it can kind of feel goopy on the face. It can kind of gum up, and especially under makeup, be really frustrating. Now, Hailey, as a model, has shown us the routine she uses before she goes to a photo shoot, and as you can imagine, you don't want something gummy underneath that. So if we do see something like a serum that has niacinamide in it, I'm really hoping that it would be a nice, elegant formula. And I don't think she's going to pull like an ordinary or inky list. I don't think these are going to be super inexpensive and labeled just by the ingredient. I think they're going to have cuter or catchier names, just kind of based on her aesthetic and the mac and cheese I have seen her and a Kardashian eat in the bathroom. But I also imagine that there's actually going to be ingredients in here, like peptides or niacinamide, that actually do something. Because the way she speaks about skincare being self-care and being good for her, but also for her husband, is really important. It does say, you know, kind of like exfoliation or scrubs. I don't know if we're going to see a scrub or not. I think she's very intelligent, and I didn't see her use one, but I do wonder. And then I also wonder about a sunscreen. Sunscreens take years to formulate. You have to get them FDA approved because they are an anti-cancer drug, a very helpful one, right? That's why they have drug facts on the back. But you can't just whip a sunscreen out of your ass. Like, you have to get that taken care of. I wonder if that is happening because Hailey actually said that she's been working on this for about 2 years, which means perfecting formulas, trying to make them right, maybe even testing and trying to validate a sunscreen formulation. Knowing that she is skintelligent, that she uses a sunscreen every day, and that it is one of the most important parts of her routine, that is something that my fingers are crossed for and that I am really hoping for. I'm really hoping for, because Fenty Skin brought us a sunscreen that was not half bad. It wasn't my favorite for my skin, but it wasn't abhorrent. And I am wondering if Hailey Bieber is going to be, I think, what? Would this be the second celebrity sunscreen that I can ever get behind? Is that what this might be? Again, I'm speculating at this point, so we do not know, but I have some high expectations. And yes, I am going to hold the industry to them until 2022 or whatever happens. Now, I also probably believe that there's going to be an eye cream. There's 2 reasons here. And number 1, they make a lot of money. When you look at who is on that patent, there are obviously other people behind the scenes that are working on this, and I believe advising her. But secondarily, she actually uses an eye cream in her night routine and speaks about why it matters to her. And although I hate eye creams, she obviously has the money to do whatever she wants, and she has the autonomy to do whatever the f she wants with her eye bags. But by the way she speaks about eye creams, I do wonder if we're going to see one, specifically a hydrating one. And I feel like every eye cream nowadays has peptides, so I wouldn't be surprised about that either. And I bet you it will be one of the more expensive products in this line. That is what I am speculating, but I am hoping to be proven wrong. She mentions how she loves double cleansing and how she thinks that overdoing it with skincare can really do damage to people. And that's so true. Don't get me wrong, I love a 15-step skincare routine. But if you can't commit to those 15 steps every day, how is that gonna work? I love a Shay Mitchell 58-step routine. But holy crap, how is someone making time for that? That does not compute. And if you use too many things, they can start combining on your skin or doing things that they're not supposed to. So the fact that Hailey, 1, actually knows this, and 2, actually gives a damn, I wonder if we're actually going to see a nice little lineup of products that just make sense. That is all I want in 2022, is a sensible skincare line from a celebrity. The closest thing we have right now is Fenty Skin from like a traditional celebrity. I am hoping that these things will be under $100. I'm kind of guessing maybe between like the 25 and 50 range. I know that she has lots of money, and I know that she probably wants to make lots more money, and she could probably charge, much, much more. But looking at the way the economy is going and what we're we're seeing with the pandemic and how so many people are starting to understand that more expensive doesn't mean better and no natural doesn't mean better, I feel like Hailey gets that. And I'm really hoping that that's something we're going to see. For those who don't know, Hailey actually helped Justin with a bit of his breakouts and his skincare and his acne. They've both spoken about that online, and I think that first off, that's super cute, emotional, and keratinocyte bonding. But secondarily, it also shows that Hailey knows what she's talking about to the point that she can actually help her friends and family around her. And I think that is something that we don't see often from celebrities, let alone the authenticity that I've only witnessed in like, what, the 8 to 10 YouTube videos that she has on her channel. She also has mentioned that she breaks out regularly, and I, also being a sister, can understand the struggle. She's transparent about using a prescription product, and I think that is amazing. A lot of celebrities do not like to share what they've had done or what prescriptions they're using, and understandably, if they're not using their looks to sell us something, patient confidentiality, HIPAA, like it's not really our right. But I feel that, especially in the world of social media, as Hailey was talking about with a psychologist, young girls often look up to or idolize people who are in the media. And if they don't know that someone has had body modifications and that person is selling them weight loss lollipops or, you know, cosmetics or skincare when it's really Botox that made them look a certain way, that can be extremely damaging to young women thinking, why can't I look like that naturally? And young men and young binary friends. So the fact that Hailey, as a celebrity who's literally in the modeling world, speaks openly about this and then goes ahead and says, hey, I still break out and I use an acne prescription, my respect level went through the roof. Like, it jumped on the back of the cow who then jumped over the moon. Like, that's where we're at right now. And that is really good for celebrity status. And I do wonder if this is going to be a routine that's built for her, or if it's something that's built for her friends and her family. If it's built for her, I could see this being something that almost supplements something that is prescription, you know, that works along with the acne products that she gets prescribed in her routine. But for some reason, I have a feeling that this is actually going to be something hopefully efficacious and hopefully formulated well, that she's actually making for friends and family. And here's why I wonder about this. She mentioned the Shani Darden face massage-y toolie thingy, and about how, you know, it's hundreds of dollars. And yet she got all of her friends and family one of these for Christmas. And oh boy, I still want to be on her Christmas list, okay? That sounds really good. But if she's giving her friends and family these skincare tools, and if she helps other people with their skincare routines, obviously this is something that she at least cares about. It's something that she has bothered to educate herself on, and it's to the point where she is sharing that joy with others. And seeing as skincare for yourself can be so personalized, but when you make something for friends and family, you kind of keep everyone's, you know, ideal needs in mind. That actually helps you hit a broader audience. You're not super hyper-targeted. Now, hyper-targeted and hyper-focused lines and marketing can do very well. If you go too broad, then you're not speaking to anyone. But I have a feeling that this is going to be a nice little bundle of products that's, you know, kind of like the Wander Beauty, which is also a celebrity beauty line, and that probably has some nice packaging or an elegant flair or twist to it, but with ingredients that aren't trash. Sounds like the line doesn't launch until 2022, so I'm gonna keep my eyes open and my ears peeled. My ears peeled? Do you peel your ears? I hope not unless you have like some seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis, which would be uncomfortable. What are your predictions as to what's going to come of this skincare line? And if it is anything like what I am envisioning it to be and manifesting into the future, would you actually spend your money on it? Would you actually buy it? Would you support a celebrity Rhode skincare routine? Or do you think this is just another example of a celebrity going rogue, trying to take your money? Because I would like to know. Tell me what you think, and do remember to stay hydrated both orally and topically, as well as remembering to reapply that SPF and be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video where I clap like a seal and react to her daytime routine, because yes, those moments happened, and other than the running of the water, it was actually pretty good. Love you guys. Bye.